Sound check, sound check. We're back. Make sure everything's good. Looks good to me. What's up, y'all? Grab your courses, grab your tutorials, grab your code. We're doing work today. I'm clocked in. I got 3 major tasks that I'm working on. So I'm not gonna be paying too close attention to the chat, but I figured I would just go ahead and go live anyway. It's been a minute since I did a code and chill. Shout out to everybody out there for rocking with the digital builders. About to lock in. So make yourselves at home, get comfortable. Gonna play some vibes in the background and try and get some stuff done. Let's get it. I kind of watched that video. I kind of want to watch that video. It said, why school broke you. I should be staying focused, but that might be something cool for us to watch. My homie needs to get more views, too. Man, it doesn't even come up. I can't even find it. Never mind. I need to stay focused. I'll watch that later. Yo. Had to turn it down a little bit. Yo, what's up, y'all? Just learned JavaScript, but can't get your head around anything. I feel you on that, bro. JavaScript is definitely tricky in the beginning. The thing is, and the thing that makes it so tricky, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that it's so far removed from a website when you're first learning through a course. Like you say, so I'm guessing that you learned what the variable is, but then it's like, okay, what is this for? What does this have to do with a website? Why do I need to learn what this even is? But the thing is, you have to kind of, I would say just, you have to get to the end for some reason for it to connect with most courses and most tutorials. You have to, like, in the end, it will all make sense, if that makes any sense. There's tons of confusion. And by the way, what are you using to learn? Because I've either tried it or have heard about it for sure. But I would say that it will connect down the line when you get to like objects, loops, functions. For example, with you being a member of any website, you are a user object. Yeah, right. Like, what is this even for? I remember feeling that way. And I still feel that way for some things, believe it or not. Like, I'm trying to think. Variables though are super important. Like, what's an example? Well, it holds all of your data on a website. For example, like, let's pull up a website. Facebook. Everything that you see pretty much is a JavaScript, either variable or object. And variables work as containers that you can now, like, well, it all depends actually on what's the purpose. You could think of a variable almost as like an atom, like something very foundational that you're going to use to build everything else, right? And you know how, depending on how you declare it, whether it be var, const, or let, that basically lets you know if you want it to change or not. For example, if you have a game and you need the score to go up and down, the score is going to be a JavaScript object, actually. A variable would be score. It all ties into each other, basically, man. It'd be a lot to explain it, because then you also have to use state, which is just the ability to have something like be up and down. You know, the coding is very, very intricate, and everything does feed into everything else, but there is a method to the madness. My advice would be, move forward even with the confusion. Still move forward. You know what I mean? Okay, Udemy. Word. Yeah, that's what you gotta do, man. Unfortunately, try, at least you know the words, right? When I say I recommend courses to people, I say just go through it so that at least when you get to the finish line, you'll never come across something that you have not heard of before. Don't feel like you need to have this stuff like the way that we're used to understanding things, where you know like it perfectly in order to get the job done or in order to move forward. You're constantly going to be learning and constantly building on your understanding and deepening your knowledge as you go forward with these things. You know what I mean? It's like you signed up for continuous learning, and it's almost like real life. Like, you can never, the more you learn, the more you know that you don't know. Like, you will learn how things work together better and be able to make it work. You know what I mean? With websites, like, maybe I could pull up like a project that I'm working on to give examples of how it all feeds into each other. Something I'm familiar with would be, my website. So, like, these buttons, for example, I mean, we would have to look at the code. But yeah. Trying to make sure that the sound is alright. Python, I don't have any experience with Python, but I do see that a lot of people start with Python. And I've heard that it's a great language to start with. Although, you know, it's not as popular in the web development world as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but I'm a web developer, like a full stack web developer. I focus on the web more so than, I think Python is more of a back-end language. But I've always heard great things about it, and that it's good to start there. A lot of people start there. It's either you're going to start with Python or you're going to start with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But my whole thing is, whichever way you go, you know, it's, especially when it comes to courses, it's tricky, man. It's not like, to me, software engineering, and at least with the landscape, and depending on what your goal is. If your goal is to become one of the best coders in the world, sure, take your time, make sure that you know this stuff like the back of your hand before moving on to the next. But if your goal is to get a job, to break into tech industry, or just be able to build projects, I would say blast through the courses, working even through your misunderstanding, because the holes and the gaps in your knowledge can always be filled in later on. And it doesn't take much to like get the answer to move forward to the next thing. And because it's one of those things where you kind of need to see the bigger picture to really understand the smaller parts, to really understand variables and loops and objects and functions and algorithms and everything. Like, it's like you're going to learn it and you're going to double back. And it's one of those things where it makes more sense the second time around, the third time around, the fourth time around. It's like you have a certain level of understanding with these concepts, and then you move forward and you build, you hit some error screens, you get battle scars from actually trying to build, and then you go back, double back again with another course or whatever project it is. Even just sitting down and talking to ChatGPT can be super beneficial. The questions that you have, bro, that is confusing you and you can't wrap your head around with JavaScript, all you have to do, open up a ChatGPT window and say, explain this to me with analogies. For me, that adding to my prompt with analogies made a huge world of a difference in my understanding, because then it will draw upon real world things that we're used to. Like, for example, I got a fresh one in my mind from when I was trying to learn about the Node.js event loop. I asked ChatGPT, can you please explain this in a simple way and with analogies? And it brought up a restaurant and how orders coming in, that's the person coming into the restaurant, is a HTTP request coming into the Node.js event loop. And that waiter going around, taking the order, and then going to the kitchen, and then coming back, grabbing another order, that's the Node.js event loop. And then they talked about how the chefs in the kitchen, that's your runtime environment, creating these things, and in place, and how async await, like all of this shit connected into a restaurant. And it took the chef, it took the stove, it took everything in a restaurant and tied it to a JavaScript concept that super helped me understand it better at the time. Yeah, it's huge, bro. That's gonna be a secret, unlocked for sure. Because the good thing about ChatGPT, you can look at ChatGPT as an all-wise, all-knowing mentor and coach that will never get tired of your questions. You can ask it questions over and over again, like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? And it's never going to be like, all right, man, leave me alone. You know what I mean? Just sit there and just keep asking and deepen it and turn it into a real conversation. Like, so does this mean that makes this happen? Correct me if I'm wrong here and there, and that'll really help you out. Yo, what's up, bro? We're back again, man. I got a lot of stuff. I'm still playing catch up. I'm pretty much like, I need to literally work from now until Wednesday at 1 o'clock. I need to work from now until I go to sleep, and then wake up, get back on it until my meeting. Actually, 4 o'clock. I got a meeting at 4 o'clock. That it's like a stand-up meeting where they're like, all right, we're expecting it to find out everything that you have gotten done by then. So I'm about to lock in. I like to go live and work now during the day. It's easier for me to like stay focused when I'm live, and it's like two birds, one stone. You know what I mean? I get to hang out with you guys for a little bit too. Yeah, no problem, bro. Best of luck. Like, subscribe and everything. Like, let me know. Keep me tapped in on if the advice helped. Let's continue this conversation. You know what I mean? I'll show y'all my ChatGPT here. Look, I pay for the premium, of course. I keep having it make these, like, I explain to it what I want the digital builders to be, which is like on some Fight Club type shit, like a secret group, right? Right when they told us that it's too hard for us to break into tech, right when they told us that AI is going to take our jobs, we learned how to use AI and to break into tech through like building stuff on our own, networking, going to meetups, going to hackathons, things that they don't really talk about online. We got to do more than just complete our courses and apply to jobs on LinkedIn. You know what I mean? So I explained all this to ChatGPT, and I've had it like create images for me. It took it on some I love this one. This is probably my favorite one. But that's cool. They got the construction hats. It's like digital builders. Like we're all linking up and building and then infiltrating companies like how they did in Fight Club and just creating from there. You know what I mean? Very cool. And putting out, I think I also said that like we help, because as developers, that's what we do, right? We help bring people's ideas into reality. We're like the translators between human and computer. I'm saving these for like later on when I post on Instagram and stuff. Yo, that is trippy. Damn. AI makes some interesting pictures, bro. All right, so yeah, I got my code mentor here. Which look, I'll show you how it does that. Or let's say JavaScript, because we're trying to understand JavaScript more. Can you help me? But they would probably need a concept in JavaScript. I can't just say JavaScript. But fuck it, let's see what happens. Can you help me understand JavaScript using analogies and give me the basic beginner? I spelled beginner all wrong. Beginner JavaScript concepts with analogies and drawing upon real world examples and keeping it as simple as possible. I have a code mentor, spiritual guide, director for my YouTube, and then this is to-do list here is tailored specifically for the project that I'm working on. Like you can add up to 20 pictures, so I can screenshot my whole file structure, like all sorts of stuff, and it will remember it, so I don't have to keep telling it over and over again, reminding it what I am and what we're working on. Depending on what I'm doing, you know, I have different ChatGPTs for everything. But okay, let's get it. It said, absolutely, let's dive into the world of JavaScript using some simple analogies to help you understand its core concepts. Variables. Imagine a box where you store something like toys, books. In JavaScript, a variable is like a box where you can store information. You can label this box with a name that you find what you're storing later. So now, if we wanted to, right, we could say, yeah, but what does that have to do with a website? What does the variable and storing information in a box have to do with a website? What would I use that with a website? But moving along, functions. Think of a function as a recipe. It's a set of instructions that you can follow to make something. Like a cake. In JavaScript, a function can take ingredients, inputs, and then give you a result, an output. Objects. And see, I love the concept of JavaScript objects. Because to me, it relates perfectly to the real world. Everything's an object. And everything has a function. I'm a human object with the function of speaking. Input would probably be like my thoughts. Output would be whatever I'm saying, right? So you could literally code a whole world. That's why they say we live in a simulation. You know what I mean? The more you start learning about this type of stuff and trying to relate it to the real world, it gets trippy. Arrays, loops. So yeah, it goes on and on. Just to give you an example of how you would do that, you know. How long did it take me? Oh. You can tell it's going to be a long process. Yep. HTML and CSS was so easy to pick up, right? How long did it take me to blast through JavaScript? I would say I made a New Year's resolution, right, in 2022 to have a job by the end of it was December of 2022. I was already coding a little bit, but I didn't like lock in for real until that New Year's resolution. So I started January hardcore. I was a truck driver though, so I had all day every day to listen to JavaScript stuff. I was driving 12 hours a day. So I was just playing like tutorials while I was driving and then getting home and like working on my days off and stuff. It took me, which I'm constantly working and deepening my understanding of JavaScript to this day. Even though I work as a software engineer, I'm still learning, you know, every day pretty much. But I did blast through though, multiple courses, multiple times. I used Team Treehouse, Free Code Camp, and other YouTube tutorials. But I would say probably like 3 months, 4 months to at least get the completion and the certificate done. You know what I mean? Maybe like 3 months. Yup. Have I ever considered consulting? Yeah, I have actually. I have thought about that, and I was gonna make like a Calendly link where like I don't know how much I would charge an hour. Probably like I don't know. I'd have to figure out that. Maybe starting off, I would keep it chill, like 25 an hour or something like that, and then sit down with people and like try and help them get their shit right, get their portfolio right, like depending on what it is, where they're at. If you're behind me in the path, like a self-taught person, no computer science degree, no boot camp, or even if you are in school or do have a boot camp, I can still speak from a perspective of what can help you break in and actually get working, and then what to expect when you get there. Like help people get their resume right, help them get their mind right as a entry-level developer. Word. Yeah, man, it's fun. I like the challenge. I like the challenge of learning this stuff and breaking in. And shoot, it ain't over once you break in. Once you break through, now it's about keeping your position, right? And over exceeding expectations, especially for us juniors, especially for us new guys. We got a lot of yo, what up, bro? Us new guys have all eyes on us. All eyes on. They're always asking the question: is this new guy worth the investment that we're putting? Are we taking a chance? You got to make sure you're always exceeding expectations. That's what I aim for every week, every meeting. I want them to be like, okay, we made the right decision giving this guy a chance. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. So it's like just shifting gears. In the beginning, the struggle is learning this stuff, getting right. And then once you get in there, it's about staying there and leveling up, to further your career from there. It's hot, man. I might have to lose the hoodie. How would someone reach you if they wanted to talk business? Email. Matter of fact, I have a Calendly link. Let me get I'll post my Calendly link. I need to start posting this into the description. Shoot, man, either this, you could schedule a time with me here, or Discord, of course, email. Do I have my email in the description? Is it hot in here, or am I tripping? Okay. She said I'm screaming. Am I screaming, y'all? I find myself screaming because the music is in my ears, loud. So I might be screaming. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, I was gonna see if my I was about to say, can we turn that fan on? Or I could take the hoodie off. I'm trying to see if my information is in here. What's up, guys? It's Lionel the Builder back again with Yeah, my Discord, Instagram, DM is probably is a good route to go. But yup. All right. Now, I need to make a to-do list for the day. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. What am I? So, in my task, what I'm working on right now, I'm building the settings page for our project. Settings page, profile page. I can't do that on stream. I haven't double checked with them or even told them that I stream myself working, but just trying to be on my better safe than sorry, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be in this screen, my main, working on the code, but y'all will see me talking to ChatGPT. And I remember someone was asking me, yo, was it you who was saying that you wanted to know about ChatGPT prompts things to avoid. Before I get started working, we could go over that real quick. I was gonna turn it into a video, but since I got you right here, bro, let me I can still make that a video someday in the future, and maybe I could clip this out. But I'm gonna try and find your comment, and then I can go ahead and answer your questions. I believe it was on this video. Nope. Was it this one? Back again with another video. Yeah, it was this one. Wait. No, that wasn't it. This might have been it. Okay, yeah, right. Alright, so the first question. How do you utilize ChatGPT effectively? How do you structure your prompts? What things have you caught ChatGPT being faulty on? We could answer all of this in one swoop. Okay, so I am someone who is extremely experienced with using ChatGPT to code, and guilty of trying to use ChatGPT to carry me through my lack of understanding, which there's been so many times where I have felt like what has taken me 4 hours to do would have only taken me 1 hour if I would have just read the documentation and not tried to rely on ChatGPT so much for that particular thing. And that's because ChatGPT, at least as of right now, it has a terrible memory. So once you get to like 10 back and forths, it only remembers probably the past 3. I've had ChatGPT completely forget that we're using TypeScript and not JavaScript. Completely forget that it already fixed the problem for me later on, and then will give me like the wrong thing to use now. So if you're working with a huge project, like in the beginning, ChatGPT is perfect for you if you're just building like landing pages, portfolio stuff where it's just one page. But anything intricate, there's too many variables for ChatGPT, and this is something, your ChatGPT skills will come with experience, right? But through the madness, you will still learn and improve as a developer, even with leaning on ChatGPT, because what are you doing? You're literally like reading a book, and you're understanding how they used to do things. And when it doesn't work, you see like software engineering is something that is constantly changing at such a rapid pace. ChatGPT's most recent update or whatever is like months ago, right? So it's back in 2023. Everything has been updated since then. So you can do various things, like you can take a documentation and you can paste it into ChatGPT. I found personally that the most updated way to use ChatGPT is inside the GPT builder, but you have to pay the monthly subscription for that. And then you have to like go in to where you're you have to go to your GPTs, and then you have to go to edit your GPT. And now this over here on the left side is where you have the most accurate. Like sometimes when I'm really trying to like put in work and need ChatGPT to be with me, you know, up to date, I come into here because for whatever reason the memory is the best and everything is the best. You can really get busy here where you're configuring it. But say you're trying to work outside of that, you know, you're over here, and depending on what you're doing, like let me take some code just to show you what I would do. Like let's pick a random project here. There is this one that I need to set up. Let me think. What is? Oh yeah, duh. Personal website. Is this my personal website? Let's just take source page. Okay, here's an index.js for a source page, right? I'm gonna take this whole thing, all of this code, copy it, So this is one thing you can do. Paste everything and then say, please explain to me line by line what this code is doing. This is one of the best things that you could do to deepen your understanding as a new, developer when you're trying to learn. Certainly, this code snippet is a React component index page, which serves as the main or index page for a website using Gatsby. Like, it already figures everything out. Then it starts at the top. Your first line is importing the React library, enabling you to use React features, such as components and hooks. Then the next import, we're importing all these sections. So through this, you will be able to understand an entire project, right? And then you could say you wanted to change something. Well, I need to add a new page with a chat box. How would you go about doing that? And what information about this project do you need to know that you don't currently know right now? Don't make any assumptions. You always want to tell ChatGPT, do not assume anything. I hate when it assumes something that's not there. You know what I mean? It will definitely do that. So that's on the list of things for you to watch out for. Watch out for when it makes assumptions. So if you can, if you're not using the free version, you would want to configure it and tell it that. Always ask for more information when something is lacking. Don't assume based on best practices. You can also add documentation to get it more up to date, but you want to be super careful and always just make sure that you're doing your due diligence to make sure that you and ChatGPT are on the same page of the project that you're building. You might need to go to 3 different files and paste it all into one, because in software development, everything works together with everything else. Your index is working with references from your CSS and references from over there, right? And ChatGPT doesn't know. There's too many variables for it to give you perfect information every single time. It's gonna fuck something up, and then you're gonna have to get an error code, and then you would have to copy that error code and paste it in there if you don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So you can see how all of this back and forth can waste your time. If you were a more knowledgeable developer, you would know already exactly what to ask it for and exactly what it's gonna give you back. But this is a double-edged sword, or you could look at it either way, where it's also benefiting you because now you're learning. From my lack of knowledge, right, and wasting time banging my head against the wall with ChatGPT for days and days and days, I have now improved. You know what I mean? To now where I'm much more of a developer than I was back in the day. I still need to read more documentation, save myself more time, but shit, this is something. You can still build whatever you want to build. It's just gonna take long as hell, and it's not gonna go as smooth as you would think. You can't just tell ChatGPT, "Hey, build me this entire project." You know what I mean? You pay for Copilot too. Okay, yeah, bro. My lead developer told me that reading documentation is literally your superpower as a developer. And there's so many developers who don't read documentation. I need to read more documentation. In the beginning I didn't. And there was one specific time that I'm thinking about where, bro, for whatever reason, I was set on ChatGPT solving this problem for me, right? So I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And let me change this and ask it again. Let me change this and ask it again. Maybe if I change, it was telling me to change stuff, spinning me around in circles. You can tell when ChatGPT don't know, and it's just trying. And if nothing is working, right? So then I finally, after literally 3 hours, said, you know what? Let me see if I can read the documentation. And I Googled the problem. In big red letters on the first link that I committed, it said, do not do it this way. There has been a new update. Instead, do it this way. And when I tried it and it worked perfectly, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I literally, that's 3 hours of my life that I will never get back. Where I was just like stubborn trying to get ChatGPT to solve a problem that I could have just went straight to the documentation. I could have just went to Google. I could have just went to something like that. Yeah, facts. Bro, it really, really will. Which sucks, right? Why can't it just do everything for us? I swear in the future, you know, they're going to be able to just have ChatGPT do everything, but we're not there yet. There's too many variables. It doesn't know. And it will forget what you tell it too at the same time. I've been spun around in so many circles where, like, or even with my project in general, I have to be careful because we're dealing with like hundreds of files, right? So if I use ChatGPT to help me solve a problem on one file, but it throws something else out of whack, you know what I mean? And ChatGPT also may not remember that it used a whole different solution for this one part of the project. So it's really got to be you. It's got to be you way more than ChatGPT. And like you said, ChatGPT is a good resource and an assistant for tiny, tiny chunks, tiny, tiny little pieces that you can control. But you also have to have the knowledge of like how your project actually works to make sure that ChatGPT is not going to implement some wild solution that the rest of the project is not prepared for. I need to find like a playlist that I could just let play. For some reason, these guys never copyright strike, so we're just gonna play one of their albums. This is coding music anyway. All right, I'm about to get to it. I think I'm gonna start a new window since I think this is the last one I was working on. What is this? Oh, that was the JavaScript. Okay. Should I do a new one? No, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Cause at least it kinda knows. And it's not too long. Yeah, this helped me build my settings page a little bit. At least get it started. Alright. Cool. Okay. Yo, it's hot, bro. Woo! I'm still recording, baby. Don't walk across the screen, please, sir. The currently logged in users should be able to see their profile fields and edit if permissible. Should feature basic user information. Should feature action for changing password. Should be read only for underprivileged users, but not edible for privileged users. Personnel are not able to edit their own profile. The tenant admins need to handle it instead. Should be reusable so that admins can edit profiles on users' behalf. Team management. Tenant admins need to be able to manage their tenant users. Okay. Should be able to. I thought he was gonna feature action for changing password. Personal settings. Workspace settings. Tenant admins need to be able to edit settings scoped to their tenant. True. There's a proof of concept for feature settings that go beyond general company information and includes a toggle that allows admin to decide whether personnel are able to edit their own fields or not. Whiteboard, having a workspace time zone. Okay. Team management. Tenant admins need to be able to manage their tenant users. Should be able to see all users, edit profiles of all users, edit permission levels, invite new users, offboard, and initiate a password reset. How does password resets work with Firebase is the question. We're not doing that. Okay, password reset. Research whether initiating a password reset from the profile settings is a rabbit hole or not. Okay. Users should be able to initiate a password reset from their profile page. Alright, we got this one done. Log in is good. Log out is good. Is this one done? Sub issues. Okay. Review basic. Alright, do I? Design the user flow up front. Learn, yeah, I did that. True. Company settings example includes time zone. Yo, what up, bro? What up? You gotta get from behind me, bro. Or at least put some clothes on. Oh, yeah. This band, bro, like, I can actually think while their music's playing, too. A lot of times with lyrics, it messes me up. Show examples of file structure. It does really good at helping you maintain your structure. True. Yeah. Yeah, man. ChatGPT is a whole skill on its own. it definitely, you know, you got it messed up if you think that ChatGPT can just solve all your problems on its own, though. It can, but man, is it gonna take you? By that time, you might as well just figured it out on your own. By the time you give ChatGPT enough information to actually help you, if it's something broad, you know, it can help you with a small thing real quick if you need it to you know, something small, but it cannot build the whole ship for you. Or it can, but you're gonna have to spoon feed it every single thing to the point where, damn, you might as well have just figured it out on your own at that point. I'm trying to figure out, what should I do first? Alright, we're doing... It's all this stuff. Okay. What needs revision? Okay. Basically these things. So we're gonna start here. We'll start with personal settings. The currently logged in users should be able to see their profile fields and edit if permissible. Should feature your basic user information. The action for changing password is the only thing that I'm a little worried about. Should be read only for underprivileged users, but editable for privileged. Reusable so that admins can also write in the team management. Tenant admin. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Unsubscribe from what? Whoops. Why is my... Yo. The band, I don't know how to say their name. I think it's Kruban is how I say it. It's Khruangbin. I know it's a Korean word that I think it means airplane. And the album is called Mordecai. All their albums are dope though. I actually went to their concert. It was one of my favorites. It's only a 3-piece band, like a dude on the guitar, a girl on the bass, and a dude on the drums. And they have lyrics like every other song. Every 3 songs they'll have lyrics, but it's mostly instrumentals. Whoa. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart on how to screenshot. It's Windows Shift Windows. I could have sworn it was Windows, yeah, Shift and S. Why is it not working? What the fuck? Windows Shift S. Hold on a second. I need to see their tiny desk. Man, I don't know why my screenshot isn't working.
For Windows 10 or later, just press Windows key, Shift, and S to open that. Yeah.
It does have a lock on it. Maybe I somehow hit an F key to lock my Windows key. I think that's what I did.
You can disable or lock the Windows key. Yeah. To unlock, Windows key and R.
All right, I'm just gonna find a workaround here. Let's just get the snipping tool.
This.
Windows key, Shift, and S. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna have to do it like that. All right.
We're gonna grab this and put it here. This one.
To address the requirement for personal setting page, you need to create a user interface.
User. To adjust the requirements for the personal settings page, you need to create.
Is the sound all right, by the way? My mic, check. Okay, yeah, we're cool. That's fine.
To address the requirement for a personal setting page, you will need to create a user interface that adheres to the role-based access controls outlined. User information display. Create a component, user profile component, that fetches and displays basic user information. User profile component. True. You can place this component within the user settings page. Password change action. Include an option for password change. Password change component can be a button, which when clicked allows the users to change their password if they are privileged to do so. So for password change, you would build a component that is just a button. Right. And then I can place that into the settings page as well. See, React is such Lego blocks to me. You build everything on its own and then pretty much use that to build something bigger, your whole website. Read-only in editable states. Implement conditional rendering in the user profile component to toggle between read-only and editable states. This state is based on the user's role, which you can obtain from your user context or auth state. Admin editing capability. Ensure that admin users have the ability to edit any user's profile. This means the edit state should also be toggleable by admins regardless of the profile being viewed.
True.
So in order to do this, we need a React component file for the user profile section, user profile component, or user profile component if you're using TypeScript. A React component for change
Password functionality. This is where I break out the notebook.
Oh shoot! I got the 6 o'clock with Sinelli. I just remembered.
Yo, that would be something cool to go live with. Wouldn't that be cool? Yo, I have a strategy session with this girl who's like a
What's she do? Like a personal
a personal like strategy person for helping people who have a lot going on, help them stay organized and help them like
figure out what they should do. I'm gonna ask her if she doesn't mind us
doing this virtually, because I was supposed to meet with her in person, but I'm not gonna be able to make it down there today.
Let me ask her if we could turn it into a Zoom.
She said, yeah. All right, so in 20 minutes, that's what we're gonna do. That has something to do with like entry level, you know, breaking into tech too, because a lot of the things that we're telling people to do is like personal branding, networking, you know, stuff like that. Cool, so we're just gonna do it like that. We're gonna go virtual, probably do like a Google Meet or a Zoom, and then yeah, we'll start that at 6. So I'm gonna work from now until then. That should be interesting. All right,
Where were we?
for this, the first thing we're doing is for this personal settings. Shout out to my calendar for telling me that, because I definitely would have forgot that. The current user, and then they said, in order to do this, we're going to need a user profile component, which makes sense. We're going to need, and that's a user profile component that fetches and displays users' basic information. You can place this component within the user's settings page. Right, do we have a user settings page? Is the question. So, user profile component. Yeah.
and then password change action. Now that's also going to be its own component. PW change component. That's going to be a button when clicked allows users to change their password if they are privileged to do so. That's usually also like a link on the login page as well. So we'll make that reusable either way. And then in order to do that, we're gonna need React component, user profile, TypeScript, breaking down the task. See, it even does that for you. Number 1, component creation. User profile component, which displays the user data and also has an edit mode. Password change component allows password updates with proper validation. That seems like it's going to be a little tricky, but maybe it's not. Role-based access control. Implement logic to determine if the user is an admin or not, and then render the UI elements accordingly. Update your data model, testing, user interface. See, I'm gonna go to a newer album. I've heard this one so many times. I think they're about to put out a new one too, matter of fact. Yeah, this one is on it. Oh, they did. Oh, it's not released yet. I'll just shuffle. Alright, first things first. Water. I forgot when I'm streaming, everything goes so much slower than it does when I'm not. Okay, there we go. So here's our settings page. We got 15 minutes before our meeting with Sinelli, so I should probably start getting the Zoom ready for that. I'm gonna have to make sure it's only like 30 minutes or so though. So we gotta stay locked in. But alright. Functions.
All right, I do have a profile section. Yeah. Assuming you have the mark data. Okay, word. So the first thing we're gonna do, personal settings. The current logged in user should be able to see their profile fields and edit. So that's basically this. We're basically building out this one. Here should be way more information than just name and email, right? Well, what information? Basic user information. That's going to be from our document model, right? Let's see everything that we do need to show. Because there's definitely more information than that. It would be staging. In our user document, we're gonna need to show first name, last name, their role, the company that they work for, right? Do you put when they created their account? Name, projects. First name, last name, role, tenant, and user number, at least. Alright. So feature all the basic information, ask for changing, and that's going to be user profile component. So we have profile settings. Now we need user profile component to live inside the profile settings page, and that's going to be the breakdown of all the actual user information for them to be able to see it. Okay, so I need a new folder with the name user profile component. New file in there called index.tsx. Okay. I'm gonna make a Zoom link. We got 9 minutes till Sonelli's meeting. Let me think. Is that gonna work for the stream now? Because
camera is being used. What's the best way to do this? See, so it's building out that profile setting component now. I just have to double check everything, make sure that all the import statements are right, make sure that like the way that it's accessing all the information goes in line with our project. You know, basically when you're using ChatGPT to help you, you have to just double, triple, quadruple check behind it that all the information, it's not going to break your project. Excuse me. It's giving me a starting point for that for the personal the user information display. So to create a functional personal settings page that fulfills the requirements mentioned, you'll need to perform several tasks that involve both the front end and the Firestore database. Fetch user data, determine user privileges, display user data, change password action, admin editing, state management, save your updates. So first, import everything using a box, form control, input and button. Getting the document from the user, which it lives in the database. Profile section is user ID, right? Setting the state of the profile, that it's editable. That's for the admin's accounts. Fetching the user data. This is all to display it, right? If user snapshot exists, that'll determine if the user can edit the profile or not. Handle update profile. This is going to be the function to update the user's profile in Firestore. I think we have that built already. I have to double check if that's even user update. I think there is a profile for function for that. I'll double check. And then it's going to return the JSX showing the profile as a form label. Cool. This code demonstrates a starting point where user ID. Oh, she just texted me. 605. Cool. We're gonna start 605. The user ID should be passed to the component so it knows which user's data to fetch and display. And then we're gonna update. Okay, that's the start. All right, let me go ahead and make a zoom. Incorrect.
Deeply so low when I'm far away in another place, holding out to more.
She said 605. You can't even pick 605.
Waiting for your love.
I just started.
You in all the ways in another place. All I'm thinking of, just can't get enough.
Okay.
But you stay on my mind wherever I go. When I found love,
User profile component.
we swollen today. Though I'm far away, your fantasy I love, just can't get enough. You, will I be everywhere I go? You stay on my mind wherever I go. Do you miss your love when I'm far away in another bed, holding out to more, but just as your pillow, waiting for your love. You in all the ways, in another place. All I'm thinking of, just can't get enough.
True, you have to always tell TypeScript what to expect. All right, 5 minutes. Okay, cool. Now I need to place it into this one.
It would be profile, right?
User profile component. Okay. All right, let me start this Zoom. Well, I'm gonna see if this works first.
To incorporate function, use identify star display within your profile settings component. You need to adjust your component to use React these statements to increase the modified version of your Okay.
Just gotta remember where I'm at. Luckily, we can also use this video to tell what I was doing. All right, let's start the Zoom meeting. Start. So I'm not gonna video's not gonna work for her, but it'll, I mean, obviously for us, right? And then I can add the sound. Hold up. From Zoom.
Only dreaming all night. Who cares? Let's get lost in the flow.
Share.
I love the way we spend the time running through your feet. The way we play in your chocolate dreams. You stay forever. You stay forever. If you're here, whoa. Listen on your own. Listen on your rose.
Link.
Listen on your rose. Baby,
All right, let me text her the link real quick.
your pride, no need to have fear. I will take care of you. Lay down, just be with me here.
What's it not working?
I love the way we spend the time running through your fields. The way we play in your chocolate years. We stay forever, it's now and now. If it again, whoa. Kissing on your roll. Kissing on your rose.
All right, let me try and close some of these tabs too. I've got a million tabs open. I'm gonna need that later. Gonna need that. Don't need that. Don't need that.
You stay forever.
Don't need
Stay
that.
forever. Feel like heaven.
I thought I already started that.
Kissing on your roll. on your road.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Rose-colored leaves.
Hold up. Connecting to audio. Cannot start video. Oh yeah, well that's not gonna work because I'm using the camera. I wonder if I mean shoot, if I yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, cool. My camera is in the stream right now, so yeah, I'm on the screen, but it's just not showing here, because the picture. Just to let you know. Yep. Here. Can you say something again? I want to make sure that sound is good on the stream. Okay. Nope, it is not. Hold up. Okay. Try now.
Howdy, can you hear me now?
Okay. Yep. We're good now.
Okay, cool.
All right. Got my notes.
Okay, bet. So I'm just getting some stuff set up. Sorry, it took me a little bit there. I was walking down Granby Street and this dude's trying to sell me this to sign up for this thing, and like I told him I'm on my way somewhere. And dude walked with me with his iPad.
Wow.
All the way.
They be persistent.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm not that good of a sales guy,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me try to see if I can get the camera to work. Hold up. If I stop that one, then start. Oh, cool. It worked.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm still on stream.
Okay, bet.
Word.
Okay, so let's get started. I'm super excited. I am. Thank you for being a part of my process of figuring out my flow.
No, it's definitely needed here as well. Okay.
Yes. I see you over there. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and first I'm gonna tell you kind of a little bit about what we're about to do, and then I'm gonna share my screen with you. So we are going to do a personal strategy session. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna kind of brain dump on me. What's kind of in your mind, what you're thinking about in regards to all the different things that you do, and then we're gonna kind of put it all together, and you're gonna leave with some next steps.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of prompt you, so you don't even don't worry. I'm gonna prompt you to give me the things I need from you.
Word.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Oh, you have screen sharing disabled.
Oh, my bad. Why is that a thing?
Because people are reckless.
Oh, true. I can see how that could go bad. All right, advanced sharing options. Okay. Should be good.
We're good. Okay. And can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so first we are going to start off with values. We're going to start with this first section with values and skill sets. Before we even get into anything regarding any business that you do or any of your goals, I want to know a little bit more about you as a person. So I want you to kind of think of just like 5 things that you just value in life. Like you just really value about life. You got to have it.
Okay. Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 5 values that I have to have. I would say finances.
Okay.
Probably first. Freedom. you know, as far as like schedule, working when I want to work, how I want to work. That's what I mean by
Okay.
freedom. Um, hmm. Service to the community is important to me, like giving back, helping others, you know.
Okay. I
Um,
might include that with community service.
okay. And I would say learning is important to me. Is that a value? I don't know.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
okay. Learning, and then I already said money.
What about
Hmm.
creativity?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
People always forget that one, like, because you're creative, so I know it's like that's like a given.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a of course. That's naturally. That's everything.
um,
That's number one.
let, let's dig a little deeper. Okay, I know you say you like giving back. I know you say you like community, learning, creativity. Um, in regards to giving back, like what about community service do you value?
Hmm. I
I know I'm about to be asking you a lot of heavy hitter kind of questions today.
Yeah, that's good. Things that I don't really think about those things. I think I just do it, you know, without thinking of the
Hmm.
why and stuff. But for sure about giving back and like something about wait, what was the question again?
What about community service do you value? Like, what is it about giving back that you value? Like, is it, like I know for some people, it's like, there's a specific community they're trying to uplift, or it could be, maybe like, I don't know, is there a specific community that you care about? Like,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like get a little more detailed.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, there is. It's the breaking into tech community, freelance creative community is the one that I'm giving back to at least right now. And the reason is just because I know that I can help them. I
Hmm.
look at it as people who are on the same path that I am, but I'm just a few steps ahead of them. So I like imagine myself looking back behind me and like helping people like, yo, it's this way, you know?
Okay, good. See, that's what I was looking for. Because all of this stuff matters, your values and things like that. You should always kind of have these kind of things in mind whenever you're planning out any decisions you're kind of making in
Mm,
life, because everything should kind of come back to this. Like, is this venture aligned with these things that we have listed here?
true, true.
So, okay. All right, I'll take that for value. Now, skill sets. What are you good at, Lionel? You're good at a
Hmm.
lot of things,
Yeah.
but let's list them out. And we're not gonna. There's no specific number. Like, I want you to really give me like as many skill sets as you got.
Okay. Well, let's start with photography and video is a skill set. Coding, web development, you know, software engineer. Um, is learning a skill set?
Absolutely.
Learning, I'm self-taught. I could pretty much learn anything. That's what I
Some
always.
things quickly.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like anything that somebody has done, I could learn how to do it for the most part. Anything in
That
the
is a skill
digital
set.
space. Yeah, in the
That
digital
is a skill
space.
set for sure.
Oh, and then hmm, teaching. I think I'm a pretty good teacher because I can explain things in a down to earth, relatable way. A lot of times I think when teachers are teaching is their methods could and the words they use could be so high level that it can go over people's heads. Like I feel like I'm pretty good at taking complex things and making them understandable to the everyday, you know, person without the extra um, complicated words and stuff. Yeah, software
Okay, that's
development.
absolutely a skill set.
Yep. And then, hmm,
The ability to relate and connect with others is a skill set. Everybody can't do that.
right. Yeah.
And so communication, I guess, would be
Hmm.
one. I'm very good at
Absolutely.
communicating.
Absolutely. I would even say like community building,
True, true. Yep.
being able to link other people with other people. That's a skill set.
Right. A point guard.
Hmm.
Networking.
You you said networking.
Yeah.
Hmm. What would you say? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I know we said communication, community building, networking. I don't know what the thing I was thinking about. I'm trying to think of things of just knowing you, because I think a lot of people sleep on their own skill sets a lot of times.
Mm.
Um, is there anything else you could think of?
Photography, video, software. Hmm.
Are you good
Event
at
planning.
research? Okay,
Research. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's a skill set right there. Being able to find information. Everybody can't do that.
True. Yeah. Mm.
You know, some people you ask them something and like they don't even think to get on YouTube to just even look for a second first.
Leadership.
But
The homie in the chat said leadership. Thanks,
okay,
bro.
okay. Thanks, chat homie. Okay. This is good. This is good. I think this is a good list. We'll leave this here, and we'll come back to this.
Okay.
Do you do what about graphic design?
Yeah, I forgot about graphic design. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're leaving some stuff on the table. Graphic design.
True, true. Man. He said, look at the
Business.
community. True, business. Yep. Man, it's weird looking at myself as a leader. I don't know why that's a little weird for me. Even though I do say that sometimes, I'm like, in my YouTube videos, I'm like, it's Lionel, leader of the digital builders. But
Lionel, you are absolutely a leader.
yeah, just
You better
trying.
stand in that. Okay, business acumen. Um, this is good. This is a good list. How do you feel about your list right now?
I think it's good. I've been wanting to stop. Like, that's
Nah,
good.
no, we like run it. We want to run all our skill sets out because when we're thinking about starting new businesses, starting new ventures, thinking about we have those questions like, is this a good venture for me? Should I lean into this thing? You want to be able to come back to like, well, is this thing going to either bring me a new skill set or will I be able to take a skill set I already have and use that skill set to shine? So when you're
True.
thinking like man, how can I make money? Like this is a whole list of things that you can use to make you money.
True, true. He said resilience, the ability to like be wrong, like bang your head against something, but keep going and going and going until you figure it out. That is true. That's
Absolutely.
definitely yeah. And I
Okay.
do talk about that a lot. How with coding, you're gonna be staring at error screens for hours, and that's where the growth happens. And I do get excited at those challenging points when I'm really struggling with something. I get excited about that because I feel like that's where the real growth happens for you when
No,
you're struggling with something,
I
not
like
when it's
that. I
easy.
like that. I like that because that means you're consistent, which is good. Which is good. It's a skill set. Everybody,
Right.
everybody does
Problem
not have
solving.
that.
True.
All right. Cool. 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 Now, for this next section, we're gonna get into the
By
different
the way,
things that.
I just
Mhm.
thought about something. My bad to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
we didn't do an intro. Can you tell everybody
Oh,
what you do, who you are, real quick before we continue?
oh yes, absolutely. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Sanelli Lasana. I am a business owner, public speaker, community builder, and I am also a business coach and life strategist. So I'm also figuring out me a little bit. So I do a lot of different things. I'm trying to synthesize to figure out what is the thing. But
Mm.
yes, that is me. That is
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Someone said I just hopped in here. What is going on? Yeah,
So
good.
right now we are getting Lionel's life together. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, they know how much I have going on, and you know how I be trying to keep up with it. So that's
Yeah, so
basically we. Yep. We talked about this at assembly, and then we scheduled today for a meeting where she's gonna help me get organized and get stuff figured out a little bit. So that's what we're doing for you, for y'all
yes.
who just got here.
Yes. And anybody that's watching and they're like, you know, me and Lionel, and you wear like 17,000 different hats, this is for you. Like, this is for you to really like take a step back. Let's look at the hats that we wear and figure out what's going on, what needs to happen next, and whether is this a hat we are going to continue to wear.
Right.
So
Yep.
yes, that is what we're doing.
Yep. And that's pretty much what the community is people like us, you know, and but with us being the ones who are, you know, I mean, shoot, some people know more than I do about certain things, you know what I mean? But still we're all learning and growing with each other. And I'm giving a big like transparent view of it, you know, the good and the bad and what it's really like. Because, you know, sometimes YouTube and the internet can be over polished sometimes. I think sometimes the best way to show people stuff is to show them the real stuff like this that happens that people not going to see, the meetings that go on behind the scenes where people are figuring out their life. You know, they see the end
Absolutely.
result where the YouTube video just looks like a movie, but they don't see that person meeting with the editors and the person helping him plan what they should do, the script writers and like all of that stuff too. So I'm just trying to make my
Absolutely.
channel transparent.
Absolutely. And that's the great thing about this session, because it's kind of a different approach. It's not so much as like business consulting where we're really, yes, we're focused on business, but from the founder first, like from the person first. We're focused on the person so that way we can be better in all of the things that we show up to.
Nice.
So that's perfect for that.
Cool.
All righty. Let's get back into it. Thank you for that intro, Lano.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty, so Lionel, what are the different things you do? So I know you have the digital builders.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to be more accurate. I'm trying to, you know, bring it down to a top three, right?
Okay.
So that is the digital builders is we're a marketing agency. I don't know if that's the marketing agency, probably isn't the right thing because we're also going to build products. So we do everything digital. The name says it in itself, digital builders. We can build apps, we can run obviously social media, like all the marketing stuff is just a given for that. SEO, you know, and the thing is it's a group of builders who can get anything done for businesses or a personal, you know, person who could also be a business, you know, and that's whether it be, you know, do you need an app created, web app, something users can sign into, a profile, you know, and then we can also, on one hand, we also, it's like a membership as well, where we're helping people learn how to be a builder, but then we're also serving clients at the other side. So on one side is a school community and a Discord community of the builders, and then on the
Mm-hmm.
other side are the clients that we are serving and building for. And then so that's the digital builders. And then I also, as myself, Lionel the Builder, I have a separate website for myself, my freelancing and my personal branding stuff, where I basically do everything that the digital builders does, but by myself. You know what I mean? And I also coordinate events for the community, do photo and video, whatever's needed to be done in that situation. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
find myself like at the spring social, I'm doing the pictures and the video somehow. You know, just filling that role as it be. Started off as a coordinator, you know, and it ended up scooping up that bag just because it was right there. And So yeah, there's that. And then what's the other thing? Social supply will probably be the next big thing. Yo, what up? What up? What up, Batman? He said, "What's up, Lionel and Sinelli?"
What's
Um,
good?
but yeah, so yeah, I'm trying to focus on just the digital builders, my personal brand, Lionel the Builder, and then social supply. Got to be number three.
There we go.
You know, which I work on the tech side of that company.
Okay. So are they a client of yours, or are you on the team?
I'm on the team, really on
Okay.
that one. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't figured out what I want to call that part yet. Okay.
Yeah, that's a little tricky.
That's exactly. We'll comb it out. We'll comb it out. So we may not get to all three of these sections today, just depending on how deep we end up getting into some of these, because this can actually take a little while as you start to get into the weeds of it.
Hmm.
So would you say digital builders is like your number one priority though?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We'll start there. So first, I want us to come up with 3 goals, but I want them to be goals that you have that you want to accomplish within the next year. So from March 2024 to April 2024. Things you my bad. March
To
2024
March.
to March 2025. So things you want to get accomplished in that duration.
Okay. Okay. Word. Is this in order of importance or just overall?
Just overall 3 goals you have with that.
Okay. For one, I need which should be easy as hell, should be a no brainer, and should already be done. The website. We need a fully fleshed out, perfect website. What the hell kind of digital builders are we if we don't got a website? But right now it's been the school community. I just been so busy with the freelancing and clients and all the other stuff. I haven't had time to properly build the website. I'm trying to get better at outsourcing and using the help around me, because that's, I got a whole team full of people who can code. We should be able to get that taken care of, and we do. People have stepped up and volunteered, but I'm not delegating properly yet. That's been one of my goals. I just wrote that on LinkedIn, matter of fact, that my goal for this year is to get better at working with people, and because we're so much more powerful together than separate. And it's so hard sometimes though to, share the work and the rewards with the people around me so that we can like do more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like especially if you've been working for yourself for a really long time, even if you're the most collaborative person in the world, bringing someone in or bringing other people into your baby, your thing that you've built,
Yeah.
it is nerve-wracking. You
Yeah.
know,
It's a
you
whole
could
nother thing.
you could
Yeah.
have the best team in the world and still feel that anxiety, of
Mhm.
bringing people in.
Yeah, that's why, like, like bro said, I am a leader, but I have a lot of growing to do before I can really like stand up and like really feel that way, because I definitely got to become better at like, if I'm gonna be a general, like, yo, you do
Hmm.
this, you do that. Here's how much you gonna make for doing this. You gonna make this much for doing that, and we're gonna like, get it in. I'm so used to doing everything by myself that it's growth that I want to happen this year. So
Okay.
number one, website. Um, Number two, and this is for the digital builders, right?
Yep. Only digital builders.
Hmm. I want to say, damn, we already have the school community, but maybe just like courses. I need to get like 5 courses, um, level like fully built on the school.com for people who are new coming in that want help with what we're doing. All the YouTube videos and the topics are kind of spread out. I want one on
Hmm.
like you know how to break into tech without a degree or a boot camp
Hmm.
will be something like that we can do as a digital builders, give our playbook for it. So I need to
Hmm.
kind of, and all the information is pretty much out there, but spread out on like a bunch of different videos. I need to consolidate the information and have like a playbook to give the new guys who come into our thing. Like level one, you're gonna have that playbook. So and like one between 3 to 5 courses on the school.com need to be done since we talking digital builders. That's on the digital builder side. And then for the last, did we say how many goals? Was it 3 or 4?
It was 3, but we can do another one. Just quick question. School.com, this may be a dumb question. But is it like SKOOL or is it regular school?
It's SKOOL.
Okay.
Yep. And the last question, I mean the last goal would be to organize the client side as well. What do I mean by that? I think I'm talking about
Yeah, I
like
was just like we're gonna get deeper into that.
yeah. I think I'm
So
talking
it's okay. Do you want more clients or do you want do you have a good client load and you just want to like maintain?
yeah, honestly, like I don't even know if we could even take on anymore until it gets better organized and we maintain it for now, and because I'm not even really trying to find more clients at this point, but they're still showing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I need to be more organized. I think that's what I wanted to say. Like,
Okay.
organizing the taking care of clients, because I low key feel like at this point kind of drowning. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I'm like, okay, I can't. I'm looking at all this stuff on the to-do list, all this various stuff, scared that I'm missing certain things, and looking at due dates and when I told people stuff will be done. And I'm like, okay, I
Hmm.
got I got to do this by this day. Like right now, I think I started the stream by saying I need to work from now until Wednesday at 4 o'clock. With sleep, of course, in there. But
I was just
just
saying, please sleep
yeah, but
and
just
eat.
to make sure, that we
Hmm.
gonna be all right. And then after that, I need to look at, okay, well, who else is expecting stuff and by what
Hmm.
day, and then move. I'm looking up at my whiteboard right now.
Okay. Okay, cool. I like these. These are really good goals. So next, which I already kind of started doing as you were talking, is we're going to get into perceived roadblocks. This is my favorite section of this exercise because when we're talking about perceived roadblocks, this is a roadblock to you. So I'm not even like it doesn't like sometimes when you think of roadblocks, especially in the business world, people think, oh well, I need more funding. That's like a lukewarm roadblock. Like, let's get deeper in there because there's usually like a deeper reason as to why we are holding ourselves back from something or why we feel like we're not able to move forward or we feel like we're drowning. So as you were talking, I just kind of started to write stuff down. You were telling me like you feel like you're not delegating, lack of an organization. You feel as if
Mm-hmm.
you're drowning in work. You need to outsource more. So let's get deeper into the why of these roadblocks. Like, why do you feel like you lack organization
Hmm.
right now? And
Why do
and
I?
like this is a chance to get personal. So this could be like even if it's like, my kid was sick last week or I don't know, like
Mm-hmm.
anything like all of the things that affect us in our personal life directly affect our work. So like
Right.
really getting into what are the things you think in life are a roadblock that is, that you perceive is holding you back.
It's funny because I know one of my homies in the chat probably already know what I'm thinking. The game that we both love to play is probably one of the biggest ones. It's this game that we play. I'm not even gonna say the name, but I'm gonna just say gaming. I might need to cut back.
Okay.
I might have to cut back on game. It's like my secret roadblock. That I know if I yeah if I did not um
so much. You got a fan, by the way, in the chat.
Really?
Oh man, yeah. He said, "Who is this girl?"
Oh, thank you. I know you can't see me, but I'm holding up a heart.
They can't see you.
Oh, they can see me?
Yeah, we got 10 minutes, by the way. Though I got
Okay.
the free version, but
Okay, cool.
yeah, we can do a part two though if that's if you're down if we could like pause at the 10 to finish maybe like at your next earliest convenience. But
I mean, I have time right now. Like if we, cause is it the Zoom where you gotta close out the Zoom and then open up a new Zoom?
yeah, but I also as far as the work goes, I got to really
Okay,
get
you
this.
gotta get into it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
and I can tell, and I don't want to rush this. I could tell like this is gonna be something that I really want to like have.
Dive into.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to be able to reference.
We'll link up. So yeah,
Yeah.
like we can get work on this a little bit more.
Yep. Yeah, I'll probably be at assembly. Matter of fact, are you gonna be there for the rest of the week?
Yes, I'll be here every day.
Okay. Cool. So like tomorrow at 6 or something.
Yeah,
like
I'll be
that.
here. Yeah, I'll be here for sure tomorrow at 6.
Word. All right. So yeah, there's the gaming, which
Ain't really that much of a problem. That's something that it's just so time consuming. This one game.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my homie play. Like every game could take like anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. So of course,
Yeah.
when you got a lot of stuff to do, you don't want to be doing that. The other one, I kind of pretty much quit already, and that would be smoking. I pretty much quit smoking like every week or so. But it could slow you down, if you're not careful. And these is Roblox. So I almost want to say not enough time, but I know that that's only because of my like
These other things that we're listing.
Yeah, not enough time would be
Okay.
cheating to say that because I know the things that take up the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not like addicted to Netflix for real. Like I don't really be watching shows like that. Like I'm down to work, but you get burnt out, especially
Yeah,
when you're doing something so mental as like
absolutely.
everything is the computer. Everything is either learning or coding or chat GPTing or something like that, computer related. So sometimes I just need a break from the computer.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and
So that's why like even when we think about some of these things that we need to cut out, it's like it's really focusing on cutting back and how can we, because it's like everybody has a thing, right? And everybody needs a thing, right? Some people it's the gym. Some people it's golfing. Like everybody has their thing and you need those things to keep you sane. So I don't really like even the approach of like, oh, I'm never gonna game. Because one, it's unrealistic. You're setting yourself
right,
up to game. If you tell yourself I'm never gonna game, you're gonna game. Like that's
right.
exactly what you're gonna do.
Yep,
So even if
exactly.
that's just like finding a schedule around the gaming or just really figuring out like how can we work this in this thing I like to do, but not let it really affect the work that I do.
Yeah, I like what Neil said. My homie Neil, he was like, "Bro, just one game, just play one game.
Yeah.
After you win, you're good. Go
You're
back to
good.
work." Yeah,
Yes.
it's when you
Yeah.
feel like you got to do it again and again and again. It can mess you up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
My homie said you need that
And
to keep you sane. He's like, you need gaming to keep you
absolutely.
same.
Absolutely. We are not robots. I'm
This
sorry. Like
dude
those-
say, is she a lawyer or something?
oh my gosh. No, I don't like school enough to be a lawyer.
I should post. I'm gonna put your business in the chat so you can see what your the main thing that you're known for right now. I don't know if you,
Okay,
if
that's
you mind
super
me sharing
cool.
that.
That's super cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, this is good. This is good. So the next thing I want to dive deeper into is this not delegating. Like, why do you think you're not delegating?
True,
Like,
true.
why are you not delegating?
Yeah, that's actually if I could unlock that and fix that, I know it would be a superpower and would help my productivity so much. And why I think is because I'm just so used to doing everything myself. I think there's also like one thing that I need to get over would be the greed of getting the whole bag for myself. Has been a roadblock for me sometimes, or it's like, man, I know that I could do this though, so should I'm gonna just do it. That is
Mm-hmm.
something coming from. I know that that's coming from a mentality of like lack, like there's not gonna be enough to
Yeah.
go around, which I know is not true. And I know that if I could get over that and split, like outsource, pay somebody to do this, take like a referral fee, and then keep it moving, get more clients that way. This I really see myself eventually as becoming the ultimate like point guard where I don't necessarily have to do everything myself because I got this person doing that person doing that person
Yes.
doing that, and then I'm like an employer. But the thing is, in order to do that, I have to be okay not making 100% of the money. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's something that has I've been annoying myself with that. I think that that's definitely a roadblock that I'm getting closer and closer to getting over.
Yep.
No, absolutely. Absolutely no. And that's very real. And as a business owner, the goal is to work. You don't want to be working in your business. You want to be working on your business. You
Right.
know, you
Right.
don't want to be your own employee. I mean, some people might. Let me not tell you what you want in life.
But
Everybody
shit,
wants different things.
but you'll
But
never grow. You'll never grow. You'll never get enough done. You won't have enough
absolutely,
time. And then you're going to have
absolutely,
people waiting on stuff. You got clients waiting on stuff,
absolutely,
wondering what's taking you so long. And it's because you won't
absolutely,
share the work and share the reward. That's why I always say
absolutely.
share the reward after it, because that's the one I
So,
really
so,
struggle with.
so what is it? What do you think is going to happen if you were to share? Like, if say you didn't get 100% right of the the gig, what is that like? What is it that kind of like doesn't sit right with you in that?
I think it's coming from the past where
Okay.
I really legitimately needed it all. At
Yeah.
this point, I needed that. I needed that whole thing, the 100%. But now, not so much anymore. Now, I think it's why it's
Mhm.
time for me to finally like shift gears and to
Yeah.
finally like release and level up and bring more people into the mix, more of the people around me. And but that's what it was though. It was just that the fact that like I literally like bills and stuff, you know what I mean, needed. And but even then it could have still been the wrong move. I'm not saying it's
Mhm.
the right move still. Even then, like, cuz who knows what happens when you're more free to do more. Like now,
Mhm.
cuz I'm a really good salesman for whatever reason.
Mhm.
I'm good at getting clients. I can get clients. Get people
Okay,
to
let's go
like
back to that skill set list. Sales.
yeah, I got that. That's definitely one of my skills. And when I talk about like getting clients, I think that it's as simple as having people trust you to get the job done. You know what I mean? For
Absolutely.
something about me makes people trust me to hire me and feel like the problem will be taken care of.
Now,
So,
it leads me to ask you, do you trust others to provide the same type of quality to your clients as you?
dang, I think that might have been a bit of the roadblock before, just because I know that that's what they do will speak for me. If I got the
Mhm.
client and now one of the builders are doing the website, that isn't me. Just making sure that like the quality is there, that they're still gonna be as happy, and I'm not gonna have to do no extra work, either going back and fixing it or talking to the client now what they want to change, then going back and talking to the developer what needs to be changed. That may
Mhm.
open up a whole nother can of worms that I
Mhm.
haven't experienced yet if I
Mhm.
actually do that.
Yeah. So there's it's like basically it's like the kind of like the lack of trust and
Less than
like
a
just
minute.
the
Warning.
okay and just okay cool. Let's stop.
Dang, she was just about to say, "Let's stop." I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to text her. But that was good. That was a good start. That was cool. You couldn't hear it, could you? It was good. That's Sanelli. What she does is I just did. Yeah, yeah, it's gone now. I'm done. I'm not smoking anymore. Officially. This is day oh maybe one more time. but but yeah, that's Nelly. She actually is part of the startup community that I'm in. Oh, she's calling me. Yo,
Yo, I know it cut off. I was just saying, like, we can pick back up on doing more a little later,
okay. Yep.
and we'll schedule some time later this week. Or you said you'll be here tomorrow, right?
What's tomorrow? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
I'll be there Thursday. Thursday,
Okay, bet.
yeah, yeah, from like 6 to close. You know what I mean?
Okay, bet. I'll be here.
Okay.
I'll be here. I have a meeting at 6, but after that, I'm good.
Word.
But thank you so much for having me on your live stream. That was so fun and super dope.
Yeah, no problem. Want me to? I could chop it up and send it to you later too. I think I'm gonna post it on YouTube.
Please.
Bet.
Bet. All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Later.
Bye.
But yeah, so she is in the startup community. That's why I say, y'all, about networking. Right? You're gonna meet people like that there when you go. It's like-minded person that's into business and stuff like that. You know, I know that she has this thing called adult tumbling 757 adult. This is her website over here. Yeah, this is her website where she teaches adults how to tumble and stuff like that. And she's in the startup community right now for. Is this her start? Is this a startup? Well, she's doing like consulting now for people like us who do multiple things and who are like building businesses to help figure out what's holding you back and what's going to help you go forward. So when I was up there and she was telling me about how she's starting this consulting thing and how they're going to let her do it at assembly. And I was talking about how I was thinking about holding classes at assembly. I'm going to be teaching JavaScript, teaching coding. I was thinking of doing something in person where I show people how to get their personal website deployed, like the real way, not with WordPress. I shouldn't say a real way. We're not talking shit about WordPress and Wix and Squarespace, but you know, if you can't really call yourself a software engineer if you just dragging and dropping on WordPress, right? So, and then you also need that extra information of VS Code, working with the terminal, working with GitHub, setting up a continuous deployment with a website like Netlify. So I'm going to do a class, like an hour class in person at Assembly, where I'm there to help people if anyone has any problems. And we're going to grab like a template. Everything's going to be free to show them how you can download a template for free. Download Visual Studio Code, set up your GitHub for free. Download the template now from the internet onto your local machine and then connect it to GitHub, which is basically the cloud. And then sign into like a website like Netlify and get your domain for free. And now you got your whole website up there. And now when it comes to edit it, you're changing it in VS Code instead of like over here, instead of dragging and dropping right on like WordPress, Wix, or something like that. Just to get, and that's obviously only for people who are not trying to like, who are trying to do more than just the one page on WordPress or and something like that, right? So yeah, I was talking to her about how I was thinking about doing that, and she was talking about how she's about to start doing her consultation stuff in there. So I was like, wait, consultation for what? Shoot, let me sign up. And yeah, I could tell her she could help me get my shit together. You know what I mean? Got a lot going on. Sound still good. Okay. About to get back into where I was. Working on this project. That's what we're doing here with Code and Chill. Where was I? To incorporate the fetching of user data in the client store, Will we use user context for this? Need to ask it if I'm gonna use my user context at all for this. Probably, right? Well, everything is just mock information for now, so I don't think we need to actually connect it. I'm using Chrome. Yeah, I try to keep everything with the darker UI. Okay. When you're working with ChatGPT, you always want to make sure that you're giving it as much information as you can about your project that you're working on, because it will give you some stuff that will throw things out of whack if you're not careful. So I'm telling it, like, since I know we're working on something to do with the user, I want to show it my user context file to just be like, yo, take a look at this, because I'm sure this has something to do with that, and I just want to make sure. But also, I'm only using mock user data right now because we're just focusing on the design. So all of the logic to actually grab the user information from the back end doesn't necessarily need to be perfect for now. We're just focusing on the look of everything. I'm gonna complete all of the user interface tasks that I have by end of day Wednesday, so that we can get a code review back to me in case I need to change anything by next week. And then that's where we're going to be moving on from there. Word, that's what's up. I've always heard good things about GitHub Copilot. Yeah, maybe I probably should try that instead of just basically using ChatGPT. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, right? I think that does tap into GPT's API. It's got to be related, right? I need to look into Copilot. But before we proceed, get the blood moving, rolling a little bit. I'm probably pop back up here in like an hour or so. You know what I mean? I don't know if Ethan's still in here, but you might catch me over there, bro. Thank y'all for watching. I got the links in the description for everything. Follow the school, join the builders. Thanks for chilling with me on this edition of Code and Chill. It really helps me get shit done when I pop up here and work with you guys. You know what I mean? But I'll see y'all in the next stream if you are there. And keep building, keep coding.